Single light inside the ear for shy kid. Watch out. She says she have a man, me have a girl too. Yeah. The girl says she have a man, me have a girl too. She says she have a man, me have a girl too. My girl, she.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You already know it is Coffee with Charlie, where culture, conversation, and real stories collide. Today we got a special guest in the building, dope artist, creator, engineer, a man who understands both sides of the sound. Who we got in the building today?
Y'all know it be right. It's Pon Di Riddim. What? Glad to be here, man. What's going on?
Absolutely. We got Magnif Pon Di Riddim. What's going on, my brother? How you feeling today?
Everything blessed, you know that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes, so we got a limited time today, but we definitely gonna have to get a part 2.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So right now we just gonna give people the key points.
Right.
But first we gotta do a mental health check. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Like I can say that I'm blessed to the fact of no matter what life throws at me, I know how to maneuver.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know how to like just take it how it comes, understand everything happens for a reason, and just make the best out of every situation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's all we can do, right? We just got to be perspective. We got to look at the glass half full, not half empty, right?
Absolutely. There's more opportunity that way.
Definitely. So real quick, let's just take it back to the beginning. You know, where did you grow up and what was childhood like for you?
I was born in Harlem, raised in Flatbush. So growing up, I got the Harlem experience, the Harlem culture. You know what I mean? I was there till about like 9, 10. You know, parents split up, of course. And not to say of course, but parents split up. So my mom's moved to Flatbush. Mm-hmm. So I always say like Flatbush raised me. So like the person that I am, the swag, how I am, my demeanor, everything is just how that Flatbush culture, like 100%.
Right.
But I don't forget the Harlem culture because, like that's my upbringing, you know what I mean? Like starting, but like to make me who the man I am today, Flatbush all day.
Copy that. And there's some Caribbean roots, right? What Caribbean island you repping?
Barbados, 246, you know what I mean?
Alrighty,
yes,
246. Sir. So growing up in NYC with Caribbean roots, right? How did you balance both worlds?
Honestly, I feel like it depends on the neighborhood and then also how you was raised. Like, so my mom, as you know, they go into the workforce, and when they go into the workforce, they start the code switch, right? So my mom was always a professional one. She's like, she knew the software, she always gave 100%. Like my mother was one of the ones where the job can't operate unless she there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
the backbone, the foundation.
So she taught me that from young, So I always developed professionalism from birth, like, you know what I mean? And then my mother, she also sang. So my mother sang, my grandmother sang, my great mother sang, and she was a part of a group called Upbringing. So, and they brought the kids in. So the founders of Upbringing, the group was adults, of course, and they brought the kids in. So we grew up in the culture of like singing songs from back home, things in that, traveling from young, performing with them. They would sing and they would act, you know what I mean? So that came in from young. So like, I really like, my mom was like, really like my, like the guidance through it all. Like she introduced me to that from young. So it just came natural, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing.
Absolutely.
But at what point did you realize like music might actually be your thing? Where did that moment turn into passion?
Junior high school, I would say. I say about junior high school because when you go into the the world, as you want to say, you start to meet different people, stuff like that. So, poetry. I started out doing poetry from young. So I was poetry, and I was like playing the piano by ear, right? So poetry now turns into rapping. Once I get to junior high school, I got a part of this group called Spin City. We started out with a different name, but it was like 4 or 5 of us, and we ended up being only about 4 of us in the end. It was 4 of us in the end. It had my boy Trav B. Ryan, Devon Terrell. A lot of people know who Devon Terrell is. Devon Terrell was the singer of the group. My boy Truth, and then it was me. You know what I mean? So we was like rapping, singing, we was performing during the school assemblies, all of that. Like, you know what I mean? We was actually doing this for real, for real. So that's when rapping was like, you know what I mean? We performed, you almost got a deal from a young age. It was a lot going on, you know? But then we ended up splitting up and going our separate ways. And like, you know, when you go through high school, we all split up and stuff like that. And we just kind of like had our own upbringing. So like when I got to high school, I started battle rapping. You know, shout out to all the people in the school I was battle rapping with. We was battle rapping, like in front of the class, in the hallways, like, you know what I mean? When it got to 2006 now, like around graduation and, you know, around that year for some reason, I don't know if it was like where the music was, because around them years is when a lot of ghostwriters started coming out from the back. You know what I mean? Like The Dream and the Kerry Hilsons, you know? So around that time, the T-Pains, the R&B was real good, you know? So I started writing like singing hooks. I was just writing singing hooks. I started writing songs in my head, beats, everything was in my head. And I was like, that's where it started to really become a thing for me. Like, you know, I was like, oh, no, I like this. This is good. It sounds good, you know? And I really like craft my music classically. Like I feel like classically, you know, like 3 verses, hook, you know, 2 hooks, however that goes. Now it's like 2 verses, 2 hooks, a bridge maybe, you know, like I like the structure, you know what I mean? So I really like paid attention and studied the music and was watching how stuff was going, the melodies, everything, you know? And then for some reason out of the blue, we was in the studio one night in Quad Studios, and the Pon Di Riddim, like it just came out on the record, and that's when I was like, that sounds kind of dope. But I was still doing R&B at the time. And then one night I just say, yo, let me try writing something on the reggae side. Let me just see what it sounds like, you know? And because my favorite music from back then, from when I was growing up, was the Tanto Metro, Devontae's, the Mr. Vegas, Mr. Easy. Like, I know Mr. Easy now. Like, that's the funny part, full circle moment. Like, I met him, he's mad cool. You know what I mean? But, like, that type of music where it was, like, singing and raspy is what I loved. Like, I loved the balance. So whether it was that, whether it was reggae, transform, you know, coming over into R&B with the Elephant Mans and the, you know what I mean? Like, when it was crossing over, that crossover, it was beautiful. And, like, that's what I fell in love with. And I feel like all music should have that kind of balance. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Truly a student of the game. You know, from R&B to battle rapping to you tapping into the reggae and dancehall. It's amazing, man. And I'll tell y'all one thing. One day I got a call from Juella DeVille, shout out to Jersey. And she hit me up and she was like, yo, Charlie, you got to tap into this artist, man. He doing this thing in Brooklyn, blase, blah, blase, blah. Absolutely. And that's how I found out. So, you know, marketing and promotion is super important, but sometimes that word of mouth referral holds just as much weight, if not more, right? The impression that you leave on people is very important. You know what I mean? So it's always good to be you. Like, and I can't help but to be me. Like, I'm comfortable in my own skin. A lot of people can't say that. I'm comfortable. When you comfortable in your own skin, you develop this, you know, a different type of persona, you really start to just live unapologetically, you know what I mean? Absolutely, man. Confidence booming, man. But you recently also graduated as a music engineer as well, correct? I went back to school. Congratulations on that. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that was a wild thing for me, man. Thank you. It was a wild thing because it's like, you know, at the age you get to a certain age, you're like, I ain't going back to school. Like, you know what I mean? Right. But to say like, I know this engineering was something I always wanted to do. Like, you know, shout out to the dope engineers I've met along the line. You know, my son D King, you know, my boy Johnny from Quad. There's a couple people like, and I'm very selective. Like, I'm very, very picky. Because my music is like artwork. Like, I consider it to be artwork. Every song is a painting for me. 100%. So a lot of people, like, they could pump out music. That's cool. You know, no offense. Like, I've heard people music and I feel like they stay in this vein. They sound the same. Like, because I'm a writer first, like, every song got to be different. Has to be different. So if somebody gives me something and say, I want to do something with you, understand when I bring you back the project, bring you back what you need me to bring you back, it's going to be amazing because it's like I took my time. I want to make sure it's the best song on that rhythm. Like, it has to be. It can't be nothing else other. Like, you know, like it's gonna be, yeah, I have to make it hard to top. You gotta top it. Like, you can't top it, I feel sorry for you. But
for sure. And I think that's really important, right? Because, you know, you want to make sure that you're working with people who are passionate about their craft,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Damn near almost being perfectionist. But let me ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you separate the engineer ears from your artist ears?
Ooh. So honestly speaking, if you got the ear, you got the ear. That's one, right? I don't feel like it is different. I feel like it's an upgrade, right? So as an artist, my ears, I would hear different things. Like I can hear songs and hear a sample out of it. I don't care if it was like only for 2 seconds. I can hear it if it was reversed, whatever. Like I can hear that. As an engineer, you're listening for the perfection of the actual whole project when it's done. You know what I mean? And I love what I learned from my school, you know, shout out to SAE. I love what I learned from them because they really, like, I can really see the difference of my ear now. I can hear it. Like I hear music now, other people's songs, I'm like, something needs to be tweaked. Like, you know what I mean? Like it makes you more like, it makes me a little bit more, the air more tense, I can say.
For sure. And let's blitz through these next couple questions just so we can get it out. We're gonna do a hot take really quick. I'm gonna say 2 artists. You let me know which one you rocking with more.
Okay.
Buju Banton or Bob Marley?
Ooh. Bob.
Vibes Cartel or Beanie Man?
I can't say Ty. Yo, Beanie Man.
Oh wow, Beanie Cartel. Man. Make sure you remember this. Bounty Killer or Movado?
Damn. Movado.
Black Rhino or Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Tommy Lee or Massacre?
Massacre.
Shensia or Jada Kingdom?
Damn. Shensia, man.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Hov.
Is that Brooklyn Bias?
No. No.
Drake or Kendrick?
Drake.
Alrighty, and dancehall or reggae?
It's the same to me.
Same to you? Okay. Let me hit. What's your top 5? Your top 5 artists of all time?
Neo. Michael Jackson. I would say, if we want to talk rappers, Big Pun. If we are talking R&B, well, I said Neo already. R&B female wise, Whitney. And then one more.
Yeah.
Top 5. Me.
Heard you. Listen, man, if you don't think you're the best, then what are you really in this industry for,
Absolutely.
Right? So now, Magnif, we definitely going to get a part 2, but for those who aren't familiar, for those who, you know, let's just say their first introduction to your musical background, what song would you want them to listen to and why?
Wanna Be Love. I always say Wanna Be Love because Wanna Be Love was the first record I put every personality on the record. So I had R&B, I had a little bit of rapping, and then I had the, of course, the reggae aspect of it also on the second verse. So I just felt like it just took you through a journey. And the fact that I did it all by myself, like these are the type of songs that people would need features for.
Right.
You know, I did it all on my own because, like, you know, like I was trying to sort out. Like, you know, when you're a writer, you sorting this out. You like, I know I need this person to sound like this, da 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 da. But to do it yourself and say it and come to the conclusion to myself, like, I'm gonna do both. You know what I mean? I battled that back then when I was doing rapping and singing, and it was like everybody kept telling you couldn't do both. You can't do both. You can't do both. And then Drake came out.
Right.
You understand? So I said this time around, I'm doing both. So
absolutely, man. We can't let people box us in, right? If we're talented, you got to let the talent shine.
Absolutely.
What do you have in store, man? What can the people look forward to?
So for this year, I'm dropping There She Goes. It's I consider all my music to be fusion.
Yeah. Right.
So, fusion to me is like a reggae, R&B, pop, Afrobeat, soca. Right. So this one, it falls on like a R&B, Afrobeat type of vibe. That record, everybody's been begging me to drop. So I'm gonna give the people what they want.
Heard you. Now, Magnif, you already know we got some songs lined up here. One song that we keep in rotation is that Thick Girl. So we about to play it. Introduce the track for the people.
Yo, y'all know it is Pon Di Riddim. And this one right here is for all my thick girls out there. If you think you're confident and you know your bud, this one is for you. We outside. You know the vibe. I already know about the big belly road, yeah. I tell them, here now, this one for my big girls. Here now. What? If you a thick bad girl who's conceited, start walk out right now, make them feel it. Cause you don't really care what them girls want to say. Let them believe it. So put down your shots and me see you. Wear anything you want, girl, everything will hook ya. You're not ashamed of the shape you were born with, queen. Girl, go live your life. Remember start something. Make up your face like you smell something. Jiggle up your jiggle, get your heart pumping. The way you brace if you wish, remember start counting. True say come, let me only find out. Be the grace in the way you give the sky mountain. So baby, when you hear me, keep your eye open. When I bouncing, big girl, stop. I said, girl, you're up. And you know me not afraid of the belly. Girl, it's can't touch. Girl, let me up on your pride just a little bit. Rub on your curves just a little bit. Girl, your soul is my vibe for the sake of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you were stepping out. Yeah, big on ties and your breasts is on. Don't we not give outside, you were flexing on. Me and them on my vibe for the bank account. Me not say me the richest, me a rich, yes. And girl, when I deal with stress, I talk what I feel impressed. I'm on a go. Hey, my dear, you ain't gotta go nowhere. As long as there's enough of that princess in my heart. And I really want some of that pretty fun, but on the low, so you ain't gotta tell nobody. I said, girl, you're up, and you know me not afraid of the belly. Girl, it's can't touch. Girl, let me up on your pride just a little bit. Rub on your curves just a little. Girl, your soul is my vibe for this little bit. Shit, what?
Truly talented, man. Big up to Magnif Pon Di Riddim. And you know we got more music too. We gonna give them a little sneak peek of the storybook Riddim. Make sure y'all follow him.
All platforms. Magnif Pon Di Riddim. That's MagnifPonDiRiddim. Stay tuned. Saying I've been a meanwhile. Oh, yeah. DJ's got this in rotation too, you know what I mean? We outside.
Coffee with Charlie need a dub too.
I said hello. From the moment I'ma see you, I just know that my mind would lose control. Used to love it when you call me. Now you wanna play like you know what's it. Anytime you get another moment, link me. Even in the middle of the morning, baby. Remember when you said last time, I just wanna make you feel the thing. Yes, and tell me where you're saying I fucking on me, why? Wake up to a big breakfast. I saying I fucking them. I said all I wanna do is live in your rib cage.
We're not gonna give him too much. We're not gonna give him too much. Listen, people, it's another episode of Coffee with Charlie. We definitely gonna get a part 2, a longer interview. Magnif, thank you for pulling up to the podcast, my brother.
Y'all know it be. It's Pon Di Riddim. And right now you got it locked in with Coffee with Charlie. We outside. You know the vibe.
Coffee with Charlie, where we sip the finest coffee and have the dopest conversation.
Absolutely.
You already know what it is. We out.